Hi guys, Ray here from City Fan TV, and I'm joined by football finance expert, big Man City fan, Colin Savage. How you doing, Colin?
Good, thanks. Right? How are you?
Fantastic. I'm champion. I'm champion. Everything's going really well for City at the moment, and we're going to talk about something that's really, really important for City fans. City fans want to know a bit more about this to see if anybody's got any insight, and it's Pep and his contract. Now, Pep's contract, if I remember correctly, runs, is it to the end of the season? Everybody wants to know, is he going to sign on for longer? He did, was it 4 years at Barcelona, 3 years at Bayern Munich? He's been here for what, 7 years?
7 years, yeah.
And people want to know, is he going to sign? So I'm going to get two things from you: your gut reaction, and your more reasoned thought processes.
Probably not too far apart, of course. We know Pep. We know he doesn't like being in one place for too long. But what's been great is to see the evolution of the teams and the style over the last 7 years since he came in, 2016-17, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And we've been through a number of evolutions in that time. And watching City at the moment, we're playing a different way to the way we played 2 or 3 years ago. So, and if you compare to Liverpool, Klopp's got one way of playing. And if that doesn't work, they're stuffed. But Pep has just got seems to have an infinite number of playing styles and stuff like that. So, he's a genius, isn't he? Of course, we want him to stay. But I think that shows he's still fresh. He's still thinking. He still feels he's got challenges. Because obviously the Premier League, it doesn't stand still. It always adapts to, we see clubs come up from the Championship playing a slightly different way. And the next season, everyone's worked it out and counters it. No one's ever managed to counter Pep properly. Brighton had a good go the other week. But we still remain supreme. We'd like to win the Champions League. Of course, we haven't won it, but domestically, we still remain supreme. And Pep has taken us through a number of different evolutions. And I think the other thing from a personal point of view is he gets us. He gets us as a fan base. You see him getting more sarcastic in his press conferences with the journalists who are asking him stupid questions. He's almost creating that, maybe not in a way that Alex Ferguson did, but creating that bunker mentality or helping to maintain it. And you feel that there's a connection with him, or he's not a Mancunian, but you feel he gets us as a fan base. And I think that helps. I don't know about his relationship with the fans at Bayern Munich, but certainly he would have had a good one at Barcelona. Yeah. But and we've said before, in both those clubs are fan-owned clubs, and you've got a board, an elected board generally, who are looking to be crowd pleasing. It's like any politician. Yeah. They want to say the things that they think people want to hear. Whereas, and that can create tensions a lot of the time. Whereas here, he knows he's got a supportive group of people he's worked with before around him. The ownership gives them free rein to do what they want. And I'm sure that's part of the reason why he stayed with us 7 years. And my gut instinct is, I've no definitive insight. My gut instinct is he will be signing a contract, hopefully during the World Cup break, for an extra 2 years plus a year's option, an additional year's option, which will be fantastic news. I've certainly heard some whispers from people I respect to that news, but I think he'll do that. My gut instinct is that he'll do that. The people, my head is telling me, because of the couple of sources I've had, that he will do that. But until he signs on the dotted line, of course, we don't know. The other thing, I suspect if he's going to leave, he'd have told us. In the same way that Pellegrini did. But you think about it, losing Pep would be grievous, of course, and not just for the football side of things. This football genius, the best coach, one of the best coaches ever, probably. But we survived the loss of Roberto Mancini. We survived the loss of Manuel Pellegrini. Pellegrini, I don't think ever really got us in the same way that Mancini and Guardiola do. But we won titles under both of them.
Yeah.
So, in one sense, there's, depending on who comes in to replace him, in one sense, there's almost the show goes on, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So yeah, I think he's going to sign for an extra 2 + 1 years because A, he loves us, B, he's still able to be fresh, refresh the team. And of course, when you think of the players that come in, Erling Haaland, Jack Grealish, we're talking about Jude Bellingham potentially. They aren't going to come if there's uncertainty over the manager. If Pep says, look, I'm staying for the next 3 years, that I think is one of the biggest incentives to sign on the bottom line as a player.
Yeah. I mean, from my point of view, I agree with the sentiments you've already mentioned. You know, players won't be coming unless Pep's going to stay because they want to play with under Pep. He's not going to get anywhere in world football the situation he's got at City with Ferran Soriano, with Chiki Begiristain, with Khaldun Al-Mubarak, with his control over things like, you know, we've got one of the best training facilities in the world. We've got some of the best players in the world. We don't go do lally and throw money left, right, and centre, but we do back the manager up to a certain level. You know, we've got, you know, we might be biased, but we've got the best fans in the world. And something that struck me, the way he reacted after
right?
Sorry?
You were sounding like a Liverpool fan.
No. It doesn't mean more. Please, it doesn't mean more. Don't insult me, Colin. You know, I like having you on the show, but if you're going to call me a Liverpool fan, I might come to an end soon. But the way Pep cheered, the way he celebrated after we beat Fulham in the last minute, that doesn't show to me a guy who's on his way out, unless he's a great actor as well. And if he wants to play in club football, and I don't think Pep is ready to be an international manager because he needs to live and breathe football.
Yes.
There's nowhere else he can go. He can't go back to Spain, can't go back to Germany, can't go to anywhere in England. He's not going to go to PSG or to France. Italy, I don't think that holds anything because the project in Italy would be too onerous. It'd be too long to get an Italian club, I think, challenging within the next 3 years. So I can't see him going anywhere. Everything's set here. I think, if I'm right, his wife and his daughter have gone back to Barcelona. So he's not got some of the family pressure that he had before when they were apparently bored. Not real social life. So I think everything is just set for him to continue. My gut reaction, I've got no insight. You know, lots of stuff I do is based upon what I think and work things out. My gut reaction is 2 years. I don't know anything about an extra year, but my gut feeling is 2 years sounds right. Yeah. Every other time he signed, I've looked at it beforehand and, 6 months or a year beforehand and said, it sounds and feels right that he's going to stay because basically those things haven't changed. He's not going to go anywhere else, that he's going to get a better structure and better support than at City without the infighting. There's no infighting amongst our board because there can't be. You had that problem at Barcelona. You had, things going on at Bayern Munich. There's nothing at City. My feeling is another 2 years. And the great thing is, I've always said, the longer Pep stays at Manchester City, the more of his DNA is impacted on the club. But when he does go, if he stays 10 years at City, it's not going to fall apart like it did at Man United, when Ferguson left, or Arsenal when Wenger left. So
we always said that one of the problems at United is Ferguson never groomed a successor. Yeah. And you look at Pep and the managers that have worked under him. Arteta is an obvious example. In 2-3 years' time, depending on how he does at Arsenal, he could be ready to step into that role.
What about
Patrick Vieira is another one.
Vinny's doing so well at Burnley.
Burnley,
So, he turned Anderlecht around, and now he's doing so well at Burnley. There are people there ready to step up. But as I said, I think, the fact that he's been here so long, the way our kids are playing, they play this, under 8s play the same way as the first team. It's through the club, and that will continue. It'll take a long time for that to disappear after Pep goes, and I don't think he's going anytime soon. Yeah, fantastic. Lovely to get that insight, and it's good to hear that Pep's going to be staying for another 2 or 3 years. We're both convinced, I think, of that. Guys, if you do like what you've seen and what were in the videos, give us a like, give us a subscribe, and look out for more finance videos with Colin Savage. Thanks a lot, Colin.
Cheers, Ray.